Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Great. So I am here with another video which is Introduction to Python, and we are going to have a look at Python as language and what are the features does it bring to be among top 3 coding language in the world. So we are going to learn what are the basic rules, and we are going to learn whether Python is case sensitive or not. And Python is very easy to write. Anyone can write it, whether you have a coding background or not. It basically doesn't matter at all. Anyone can write the Python language. It is very easy to write. You just need to type it out. So let's understand how we can do it. So let's start with our Jupyter notebook, and I have renamed it as Introduction to Python. Yeah. So the first comment I have mentioned here is, unlike other language, Python programming work as an interpreter. So to run a code, all you have to do is type it out. Let's see. So if you want to, print something, type something, so just type it out. So there is a print command. So you do print bracket and you type everything in inverted comma. So you say hello people and bracket close. Shift enter. So you printed hello people. So it's very simple. Other point is Python language runs line by line. So in case you want to update a piece of code, all you have to do is update the line. You go back in the code and update the line and then run it again. So your response will also get updated. So here I'm writing this code is print bracket inverted comma, like I want to type alphabet A inverted comma bracket. Now print inverted comma B. Now print, and I am here typing D, and then you shift enter. So it has printed A, B, and D. Now C is missing. So if I want to, enter C here, so you can simply go click on the code. You can simply go back to the code, click on it, and insert this line for C bracket and enter the code again. So your C is available now. C, A, B, C, D. You have updated the code. Okay, so you can do it like this. Now let's have a look on the code where we can take input from user itself. So let's say I am typing this name. Name is equal to, here we are taking the input from user. So we'll type keyword input and we say, what is your name? Okay. Another code I'm writing here is, so I can print it like this also. Let's print it first. What is your name? And I say Neha and enter. Okay. So what is your name will get printed with the answer block and you print your name there. Um, then you print the command like welcome to Python learning. And I say name here. Okay. And then you shift enter. It will take name from this command. So now you have taught it that this name is defined, is this name will be, this name is user printed. So it picked this name which user has entered. So you said welcome to Python learning name and it picked the name from this code. Okay, so this is what we can do. Now let's have a look at the other print statement. And here I want to print like this dollar. Okay, shift enter, dollar gets printed. Now what if you want to print it like 1,000 times, million times? So you do it like this dollar and you multiply, suppose we are writing for 10 times. So you multiply it with 10 and close. So this dollar gets printed for 10 times. Simple. Now let's have a look at some variables. So let's convert this cell to Markdown, and I'm giving a heading here, variables. Okay. So any character, whether it be numeric or text enclosed within double quotes like this or single quotes, it is considered as string. You know that, right? And a string is a data type which contains a series of characters, right? Just like string, there are numeric also, numeric type of variables in Python. So let's have a look. So talking about the variables. So Python variables are a containers that can store any type of values and of any particular size. Unlike other languages such as C, Java, in Python, variables do not need to initialize. Let's create a variable to see how do they look. So let's create a variable. So you simply give a name, this variable one I'm creating, and let's do it, give a string, define a string, variable one. You need to print it. Print variable one, shift enter. Okay, the string got printed. Now variable two is a number 6. Enter. Print variable 2, 6. Now variable 3, 4.5. Print variable 3. Shift enter. Okay. All these 3 variables got printed. Now that we know how to store a variable in Python, let's try getting input from a user and store it in Python. Let's have an input from user. So we take input function to get the value from user, right? Like we did here. We use this input function to get the name from user. The input is the function which we use. Let's say number. Let's type this code, number. Now input we are going to take from user is, what is your favorite number? Question mark and close. Shift enter. So print the number 5 here. Okay. Now let's try something, taking this string from user as an input. Write this code here. Input. Enter your name. And the second command is print. So what do you want to print is welcome, comma, and name. So whatever name you enter here, it will get printed here. Okay. So shift enter. Let's see the output. So we missed the inverted comma here, and now you run the code. Okay. So you enter your name, Neha, and after you type your name, after you give the input, you press enter key again. After you enter your name, it prints the next line of code, which is welcome name. So name you give here, it will print here as well. Okay, so that's how it works. So you have learned that variables are nothing but a memory location to store values assigned to them, right? And some of the properties of these variables are like, there is one that I mentioned, like the other languages, there is no need to declare or initialize the data type to the variable as done in other programming languages. So like, for example, variable name cannot start with a number. So let's say if I write to name is equal to 7 and I run this, it will give you a error, right? Because you have typed 2 here. So if I simply do name is equal to 7 and then you run it, so it will run successfully. Now the second is Python is case sensitive. or we can also say that these variables are case sensitive. So if you write this name is equal to 4 and then you write name is equal to 8. So what do you think? These are two different variables or one variable? So these are two different variables. This name with small n and the name with capital N creates two different variables. Okay, so let's type here. Python variables are case sensitive. Okay, now let's use the variable to make a small application that can calculate the age of the person in months. Okay, so let's write the code. So I'll create a variable where I'll mention age, which takes input. So for that, use input keyword. Starts with the inverted comma. So that's the string. Enter your age, colon, like this. Now you print you are, comma, comma. So we get the age from user, right? So this is the variable. So I type age, and if we multiply this with 12, will this work? If we multiply age with 12, will this calculation will this math which you are doing, age multiplied by 12, will this give the age of the person in months? Do you think that? So you are, let's try. So you are months, age into 12 months old. So that's we are going to type here. And you run the code. So now, like I mentioned, it enters your age. It is asking for the number. So let's give it 30 and then you press enter and then it multiplied it with 12. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Okay. So like we did here, like we learned here for this dollar sign, if you want to multiply it, if you want to, repeat that sign 10 times or 1,000 times, you just multiply it with the number. That's what it has done here. So this is not what we are looking for. We are looking for the exact number of months. We are not looking for the repeat of this number. So first we need to convert it to an integer and it is called typecasting. So first we need to convert this number to integer and then multiply it with 12. So let's type the code here. Age is equal to input, enter your age and enter. Another command is your age. I am converting. So the number which user will provide, we will convert that number to integer. So this variable age will contain that number. Okay, user will put the number here and give the input like 30 and that 30 will get stored in the age variable and that variable is getting converted here. Okay, now you print this line of code, print you are. Now you can multiply this age with 12 months old and you run the code. Okay, you give the number 30, enter. So you are 360 months old, right? That's what we get when we multiply 30 with 12, 360 months old. Okay, so first you need to convert the number into the integer and then you can multiply. Okay, otherwise it will work as a string only. So this age number it's not a number here. This 30 is not a number. This is the string. Okay, anything you defined in inverted commas or the double inverted commas or single inverted commas, it is string, right? So first you converted it to the integer and then you have multiplied it with 12. So that's how you do it. Now, how to find the data type of a variable in Python? Let's see one scenario that one person has written this very long code for you, or not for you, for the program, and has left the organization. Now you are the one who is working on the code, right? So there are the multiple variables, and you know the data type of many of those variables, but for some you don't know. So what are the different ways to find how we can find out the data type of that variable, right? So let's see. So let's first define four different variables here. So let's say integer, integer number is 1, floating number is 1.3, string Neha, and boolean is true. Okay, so you have defined all your variables here, and now you simply want to know the type of the variable. So let's pick one, any of the one, and you simply do type and you mention the variable name. So let's say integer number is the variable for which I want to know the type, and you run the code. So it gives you the int, that is the type of your variable. Similarly, you can do the same for other type, let's say string. So this is the variable, and you run the code is str, okay, string. So that's how you know the type of the variable. Now next is typecasting. Here you already see that how typecasting works, right? So you changed your this age number to integer and then multiplied it to 12, right? So that's how typecasting works. Let's understand it in detail. Let's define a as a integer variable. Okay, so this is integer, right? Now I want to print it boolean number. So bool we type and we give the variable name we defined. It's a. What will be the output? So you are converting this one to boolean number. So the what should be the output? True. So boolean outputs are either it's true or false. So you have one. So the output for one, boolean output for one is true, and if you have zero here it will be false. But if you have, what if you have numbers other than 0 and 1? So 2, 3, 4, 5, any number you can have. So if you have any other number like say 12, and if you run this code, output will be true only. So in boolean, when you convert any number to boolean, if it is 0 it will be false, and if it is other than 0, any number other than 0, it will be true. It will always be true. Let's say I type 0 here. Now see what is the output? False. So if it is 0, it will be false, and if it is other than 0, it will always be true. Okay, so that is typecasting. You define an integer number and then you are converting it to boolean. Okay, you are doing the casting here. Now let's convert this number, this integer a, to float. And you print this, you do it 5.0. That is a float, right? That is float, how we do it. Now let's convert it to string. Print for string, we write str, the variable, define the variable, and bracket close, enter the code. So 5. Same, this 5 and this 5, both are looking same, but this is the string version of the number, and this is actual number. This is an integer data type, but its data type is string. You cannot do the calculation, you cannot do the mathematical calculation with this 5 because it is string version of it. So that's how you do the typecasting. So these were the different features for the variables we learned, and you also practice on your Jupyter notebook, and let me know in the comment section if you have any queries or any issues while writing these codes. So you practice and practice, and in the next session we'll write advanced Python code, right? So good luck. Bye bye. Have a good day ahead.